Hey guys, and welcome back. So today our special tutorial is Tiffany stone. And if you've never heard of it, well, that's cool. I didn't hear of it either until I saw it on Instagram. Maybe last night before last, when I was browsing around. Anyway, it's also called ice cream opal or benetrite, I think, or something like that. Bertrandite. Bertrandite. I have no idea how to say that. Anyway, it is this gorgeous stone, and it's whites and grays and purples, and just beautiful, the markings on it. So that's what we're going to be doing. And if you've already seen the finished piece, you know it's awesome. So here we go. I have black, both my warm grays, warm gray 2 and warm gray 5. I've got my cream, my white, of course. I've got light ultramarine, and both my purples, purple violet and mauve. And so that's what we'll be working with. Now, some of the beautiful markings that I saw on some of these stones were just so cool in like how they just whipped around and were huge and awesome. And so I wanted to really get the idea of that in these big flowing kind of jagged cracks that it had. And so I wanted to really bring that into the piece that I do. And so I'm just taking my black and just really etching out into these because I don't want to lose these markings at all. And I definitely want them to stand out. So I'm going to fill in some of these with black, and others parts I'm going to leave so that I can put in some grays. And just had some gorgeous markings on here. And so I wanted mine to kind of be wild as well. Now, granted, mine is artistically improved since I'm not working off of any specific photograph. Otherwise, I'd be trying to get the markings the same as in the photograph. And if you ever do like work off a photograph, like it's a lot of fun to try and color match and figure out how to get that certain look that they have. And then some of these little, let's see, cracks and such, I'm trying to get a real fine point down here, were kind of web-ish, and so I just kind of wanted to do them up here. And then bring some of this gray down into our big cracks and crevices. And then blending, as far as that goes, I'm definitely going to be using my mineral spirits probably multiple times. So if you don't have those, I would suggest that you are going to need your blending pencil. And I finally found my big one, so congratulations to me. Instead of my normal, absolutely tiny one, I actually found my bigger one that's not nearly so chewed up, which is a good thing. So I'm going to bring some of this gray in here because there were some little, like, almost agate type openings in some of the pictures I was looking at. So I kind of want to incorporate the stone into there as well. I'm gonna go outside here, give it some shading. And since this is a stone, good grief, I was like all one word. All of our shading is going to be over here to bring out our 3D effect, and then our highlight is going to go up here. And I'm thinking, depending on how this goes, that I might want to do a very softened highlight, so that it's kind of a matte surface instead of shiny. But we'll kind of feel it out and see how it goes. Right now I'm just going to put in some of the shading as far as the stone itself goes, so that I know where my shadow is on here, because we're going to have plenty of layers on this, and we want our shadow over here to be pretty deep. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with this gray, which is the warm gray number 2, I think, the much lighter one. And then I think I actually want my cold gray. Yeah, cold gray number 4? Could be number 6. I forgot how to count by Roman numerals. And that's going to come down here and around the side. And depending on how dark we get over here, we might go darker with our shadow. Maybe not. We'll see. And I don't use a lot of pressure. I never really do with my pencils. Not unless I'm getting like tons and tons of layers and I've got to like etch into the paper or anything. I used some definite pressure when it came to our lines and our markings, because I don't want them to go anywhere. So I want them to be pretty solid. Okay, so that's gonna be like our little basis. I'm gonna bring some light shadow around our edge. We always gotta have shadows on our edges. Even if we're not like giving it a big shadow or anything, I still prefer to have my edges kind of with a little bit of shadow, just to help bring in that 3D effect. And just brush it on there. Ever think about makeup and like how you would brush it on, just like kind of gentle, I guess? I don't really know, because I don't wear much makeup pretty much ever. So please don't hate me for that. Like, I know that sounds silly, but I've had so many people be like, "Oh, you should wear makeup." And I've had other people be like, "Why would you ever wear makeup?" And I'm just like, yeah, I'm too lazy. So I don't ever really often wear makeup, unless I'm going to like something special, like a wedding. Or if I'm like going to like a really fun like party with my friends or something, I might do something cool like blue eyeshadow. That's about it. Yeah. Black eyeliner. I don't know. I'm just kind of going crazy with my blending over here. Alright. That looks good. Why not? Alright, let's get in some of our lighter colors. Definitely want to remember that our light is going to be up here. And so I'm going to keep it lighter in general. I'm just going to spread out some cream around here and down here just to intertwine about itself into the colors, and get my white and go over this up here, because white as a base will help us to keep our colors kind of soft up here where we have our light hitting our stone. So alright, I want to begin working with our colors and go in very softly and begin making color just kind of sprout and blush up on this beautiful piece. And I want to go around here and then bring it into different places. And definitely want like a whole bunch of our color in here. I think we'll have like a batch coming in like this. So we'll just swipe our color all over the place. Remember when you're coloring to do like this kind of a motion where it's more circular and it blends into itself better. I know it looks like I do this. I promise I don't. Like, but it helps it to blend easier into itself. For some reason, circles just do that, so. So I'm going and I'm just trying to get lay in color, basically. I just want to lay in color. Get an idea of where I want it. And like I said, I'm not going by any picture or anything, so I'm just making this up as I go. Which, hopefully, you know, it will turn out cool. I think all of this right in here should be purple. Yeah, why not? Get us some more purple up here. I'm going to go in, get some of this a little bit darker. Yeah, I'm liking how it looks so far. Maybe put in some more up here, because why not? Make some of these lines purple, how about that? Just using the point, just kind of going over a couple of these lines, because little details are always fun. And I think we had some over here that are disappearing. Don't disappear, I want you. Oh yeah, that's getting us some like cool looking things going on over there. Right. Let's see. I don't want to lose too much of my lighter color in here. I'm gonna blend a little bit with my blender pencil. But I definitely like where we're going with this. I don't know if I want to use my mineral spirits to blend some of this out yet, or just stay with my blender pencil yet. It depends on what kind of a feeling I want to get. Do I want to make it really smooth? Do I want to keep some of the texture? So if I want it to be smooth, like completely seamless, I will use my mineral spirits, and it will just keep everything so smooth and blended. And then I've got my mauve, my dark purple now. Just gonna go in here and really get some purple going. Don't be afraid to lay it in there. I'm still going pretty light. I'm not pushing hard or anything. I just want to get some real color in here. I think I kind of want to swirl some cream in here, just for the fun of it. And then, yep, I'm gonna get my little paper stub over here. Clean it off real quick. And might have had too much on there. Then I think we're going to return to some of our lines and get some of them to crisp up a bit. Yeah. Don't want to lose our lines either, so I'm going to go in here with my black and really get some of these lines to say hello again. I know it looks kind of dirty, but that's okay with me. Like, it looks kind of muddled a little bit, but that's alright. At least with me, because we're gonna do some more layers and stuff. Alright, so let's get some of this more purple over here. And up here as well. And now what I want to do is bring in our light ultramarine and kind of help to bring an extra dimension. I don't like how this turned out. I want to smooth it out before we go any further. I don't re-dip this much. I just kind of continuously use it after that. Sometimes I clean it off though. Using the ultramarine blue in here is just to give the purple a different flavor almost, and to help, I don't know, add more color depth. Using anything straight, like any color straight, is beautiful and very vibrant, but using colors on top of one another and blending them together, it just gives colors an extra vibrancy. like an extra little bit of depth to them that I just really, really enjoy. I kind of like it so far. What do you guys think? I like it. Alright, let's see. Bring out our cream again. Kind of getting over here. Actually, let me get my white. I don't want to get it too muddy. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. Know what I mean, jelly bean? Alright. Personally, I am liking this to an extent. But other parts I don't like about it, but that's okay. I don't always love everything I do. If you're a perfectionist, then you probably don't either. Alright. All I really think that I want to do now is to actually put in some little kind of cracky things going on in the corner over here. Just for the fun of it. And I want to work on our shadows a bit. So I feel like they're getting lost. And I don't want them to feel bad and get lost. I want to give them direction as to where they ought to be. I don't know that my gray is dark enough to do that. So, I'm going to grab my black and use it as the shadow and just be very gentle with it. Start giving it some of that volume that we really need to make our stone pop out. Like I said, just being really, really gentle because I don't want to get so much black that it starts interfering with patterns or anything like that. And then use the tip to go in here. Make sure our lines don't go anywhere. Ooh, added a line. Oh well. You can do that. You can add lines anytime you want. Give some little texture things in here for no reason whatsoever. Alright, and then go back to lightly shadowing over here. What do you think of that? I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. I think that is pretty much it. I really like the look of it now. I really do. Okay, so for our highlight, I wanted to do kind of a softer look to it, which is fine, which means I'm going to grab my Posca paint pen and go over where I want to highlight it. And then I'm going to use my finger to kind of dab it out to give it a very soft, light hitting it effect. So I don't want it to look contrived. And then I'm going to go in with my other pen, wherever it ran away. I'm using my Uniball today because I'm not sure where all my gel pens are. And so I imagine it would go something like this. And you just work with, always remember to work with the shape of your stone or your gem, whatever you're working on. I don't want to put too many. And I'm going to use my blender pencil, wherever it went, to clean up my highlights. I never like them to be messy. And so I go in here and I just gently clean them up. I like them to be very sharp, especially the ones on the outside like that. I like them to be very clean. And by clean, I just mean I don't like the edges to be like really round or anything. Because when light hits something that is shiny, it is very sharp and to the point and stuff. So I always like my points to be like really sharp. And the edges to be like really clean. I don't even like this one over here. And clean it until it's almost gone. Same with that one. Just so it looks gorgeous and shiny, and I like it, and I think that's it. I think we're done. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you do one, and if you do, please show me. I always want to see, and I'll see you next time. Bye.